How far away do you think we are from AI beginning to replace people?
AI will not replace you. It will act as a catalyst. It will be an acceleration for us. Like riding the horse, we got a Ferrari right now. ICP is the only chain which we can see at this point have a more practical approach to creating 3D apps.
What are the benefits on being on chain as opposed to not being on chain?
We have this right to be anonymous. We have this right to preserving our data. That is the importance of significance of Web3.
Welcome back to Blockchain Pill. My name is Alex, and today we talk with Aaron, one of the co-founders of Elna, an AI developed on the internet computer. Aaron, it's super cool to have you here. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you, Alex. It's really a very wonderful opportunity to be part of the podcast and welcoming Elna to the podcast.
Likewise, and you are actually the first AI project that we have on the podcast, so I'm really excited because we've seen the AI boom take over the crypto space as well, so it's really exciting to have you here.
It's my pleasure to be part of this podcast. And like after the boom of ChatGPT, even though it has happened 2-3 years back after the publication of the Attention is All You Need paper, the transformers and everything, we were waiting for when should it come, the flood of applications should come. So being part of the first endeavor in blockchain and decentralized AI, we are really excited to be part in this space. Yeah.
So ChatGPT, it's been developing for how long, if you have any idea?
So I think it's more than 6 years. So chatbots were there before, like maybe in the starting of computing and internet computing, the algorithms and the perspective of chatbots have been there in very long time. And the problem with old models like LSTM or any other models, they have this limitation of parallel computing and how much data which can be actually used for this particular generation. So we have this text prediction and we have this mail prediction, this next word prediction, all has been there for the past 10-20 years. So the main signature or the milestone which came after the Google's paper, Attention is All You Need. So there they have mentioned a methodology called transformers, where they could parallelize this computing, the generation of the context from not just the previous 2-3 words, but they can generate with respect to the overall context. That was the birth of this scalable AI products, which we have the large language models like ChatGPT and Palm from Google. Different other models came after that. So this revolution has been in the verge of starting in the past 2-3 years.
Let's talk about your background. What did you work on before co-founding Elna?
So I have about 10 years experience in AI and enterprise AI and machine learning. So previously I had worked in the field of oil and gas, asset management, logistics. I had my own startup 10 years back, which was working on the combination of AI and analytics, IoT and analytics. So we were working on asset management and logistics using different algorithms for detection of anomaly and forensic detection and everything. So my previous experiences were basically on data analytics, algorithm design, system design, enterprise solutions, scaling AI. So these were my previous field.
10 years experience is a lot of years. So you guys co-founded and you created Elna AI. What is Elna AI and what are some of the applications of it?
So it was like after the ChatGPT boom, we know about large language models. We heard about like transformers and everything, but we never thought the exponential applications of, we never invested. I think, to be honest, nobody has invested that much of time or energy to make something, because it's really one thing is that creating a large language models is a highly resource intensive, cost intensive part, and that type of applications which can be generated from this large language models like ChatGPT, people don't have that particular kind of an insight at this point. So after ChatGPT, we thought like we plan to create something over ChatGPT or large language models. We can call this as LLM agents. So creating like artificial general intelligence AGI. So our initial product was called Brand. So from that product, we use LLMs to study application tool. We teach LLMs or machine learning models to use applications, and we can create an autonomous agents which can actually execute tasks for us. For example, automatically replying to my mails, or maybe using any particular applications. Before starting Elna, that was our thought, to create a customizable chat agents, because ChatGPT is a very general purpose machine. People have their own specific niche applications and requirements. So we create an application to customize these chat models to create their own custom application. Then we came to know about the different issues in privacy related issues, security related issues, transparency related issues, because these data has not rightly been used in multiple applications. We had this Samsung data is being leaked, and we have seen a numerous complaints from different part of the country as well as different enterprise level that their data is being used to for the training of data even without their permissions. So that comes to a whole lot of different other problems. So customizable large language models like ChatGPT for your application, and need for transparency and security of your data. So that gives us the idea to create something which is very transparent and decentralized.
Is Elna built on top of a ChatGPT, right?
So currently we are using the OpenAI API, and we have made it in such a way that multiple large language models like Llama 2 and all other models can be used at this point. So our aim is more basically hosting the complete model inside the canister itself. We call it inferencing. So ChatGPT is not open. We cannot use it inside the canister. So we most probably using open source models like Llama 2, Falcon, or similar other models.
You mentioned, and I saw on Twitter, a few community members that mentioned you can train Elna with your data, and then it can, for example, be used as a chatbot. I can have it on a website and it responds to customers and stuff like that.
I'll give a very short description of how this machine learning model things work. So first of all, creating the large language models takes a huge amount of humongous amount of data as well as resources to make the model understand the context. So we have Llama 2, we have a GPT, and we have Palm. Different other models are there. So that cost a lot of resource as well as data. So those are called the base models. We call it pre-training of base models. So creating those inside the canister, it's almost impossible. We need a lot of resources, a lot of time. So we will be using these open source base models. For example, we take the Llama 2, and over that we train this instruction fine tuning. We call it instruction fine tuning. So we fine tune this particular model to our specific application. For example, Llama 2 or GPT is not having the latest information so for example, my personal information is not there, latest news are not there, latest contents are not there. For my specific application, I may need these particular data. So I create a particular data set which can be added to this existing models. So we call it fine tuning. I can fine tune this existing model with this particular data. And also one more thing, without fine tuning also there is one more method that is called retrieval augmented generation, RAG. So there, this fine tuning itself is also a small it takes some time, as well as you need to generate another model. So even without generation of another model itself, there is another method where we attach this database to the current model. So whenever I send a query, this query basically goes to this database, search for this relevant information, and take that information and have this information inside or generate this information with the help of this base model. So there are basically two ways which we can customize the model. One is the retrieval augmented generation. We use an external database to have this particular information. And second way, we have retrained this. I mean, we fine tune this model with our new information.
So you really know your stuff. Like you speak like a scientist. I'm curious. So, for example, let's say I have a website and I want to integrate Elna into it. Do I have to train it myself, or can I pay you guys to train it for my website?
The beauty of how the developments are going in large language models is that everything is coming in open source. Things and tools everything is available to everyone. We also wanted to make it open. So it's not about creating a one specific proprietary solution or proprietary company to have everything within ourselves. So we want to make this open. Everyone should be able to use it. So at this point, if you want to fine tune a model, it can be done very easily. So you can even use a Google Colab notebook to generate a model. So there was some limitations with fine tuning, was that you required a lot of resources. Initial stages, you need a lot of resources as well as RAM for fine tuning the model. But now there are a lot of other methodologies are available. Something is called PEFT, we call it parameter efficient fine tuning, quantization. So there are, I'm not getting deep into that, but there are possibilities like even a normal person can fine tune a model within their system. So what Elna is doing, like fine tuning the normal Web 2 model, it's not that tough at this point. But getting these fine tuned models to blockchain or canisters is a tougher part. So we need to bridge this gap. You just need to upload the files or data, and you can just simply type in normal English, like, I want this to be a chatbot, I want this to be my customer support agent, I want Elna to be this, and I want to add it I want chatbot to be do this specific needs, and then I upload this data. So this data can be a website, this data can be a PDF or anything. You upload this data, and rest everything will be, the system will automatically generate vector databases from this your data. We will instruction fine tune the model, and we will also create custom prompt, and all this information will be completely done automatically, and we will provide you the final endpoints so you can finally chat with the chatbot. Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. I imagine a future where, for example, you can teach a chatbot like all the medicine that we know, and then it becomes like an online doctor that knows everything. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's absolutely possible.
Incredible. How did you guys find the Internet Computer Protocol? And what are some of the benefits of building Elna on blockchain as opposed to like on Web 2?
It was 2019 time I came to know about ICP. It was not live, but I used to like subscribe to the latest videos by Dominic, and also latest changes in the way it is being implemented, the cancer system. The Even though we talk about implementing every real Web 2 applications into Web 3, we know the EVM has its limit, Ethereum has its limits, and every solution has its limits. It is costly. Even though they are working on the WebAssembly, the amount of applications which we can generate and was hosting it and scaling it has a lot of limitations. The beauty of ICP is how scalable and how fast, how practical the ICP ecosystem. That's what make the difference between all other chains, and that actually make it practically possible to shift from Web 2 to Web 3. So whenever we talk about any applications shifting from Web 2 to Web 3, we initially have this cost of gas fees and all other things which we come to our mind, because these aren't scalable. We can make beautiful demos, but after these demos making it to a scalable product, we have a lot of scalable limitations. But ICP is the only chain which we can see at this point have a more practical approach to creating 3D apps. I was subscribed to this from 2021. I was actively looking for part of the community, looking for different applications which are generated in ICP. So initially the NFT space, the Discover, recent we have the OpenChat, the Hotonote, all these applications work beautifully just like a Web 2 application. So they are decentralized, they are fast, they are responsive. So that's how I was very much attracted to ICP.
Do you think the future is going to be on-chain and decentralized? Do you think this is the future?
Yeah.
People ask this, what are the benefits of being on-chain as opposed to not being on-chain?
Yeah, definitely. So previously, people were very much skeptical towards like privacy, security, and all. We are getting it for free. Maybe like people using Facebook or people using any other Web 2 application, they're like, I'm getting it free. So people generally don't give value to their personal information and data. How much that can be used to like even manipulate you, or this can be used by the centralized organization. It's only now people are more conscious about the privacy as well as the security of their own data. Even the countries like the European Union or the US are, even in India also, they are only in the past decade only they started to give more value to the privacy as well as the user security. Almost all the Web 2 applications, we cannot be sure about the user data wherever this data goes, because they are being controlled by the centralized organizations. And the reason why it is like now technology has been a catalyst. Now we are using machine learning for any specific applications. These data can be analyzed in a very large scale. So anybody who is working in the data science of big data, they know that like, this data can be used to derive insight or pinpoint a particular person, his interest, his ideologies, and even even you can see that like political parties are using behavioral economics and nudging to get this data from the users and to manipulate these users, not just marketing as well as branding or selling products. So this comes to a bigger problem of preserving our data. We have this right to be anonymous. We have this right to be safe from these manipulations. That is the importance of significance of Web3.
I understand. So basically Web 2, where they track everything we do and they have our data and, give it to whoever they want. They control us. They know our every move. Web 3 is the movement of the people, and we're taking our privacy back, basically, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, we are democratizing and making it transparent.
Let's get back to Elna. So for how long have you guys been building Elna? And is there any dApp that has integrated your AI into it?
So we have been working on Elna for the past 6+ months. Initially, we had this Web 2 prototype. Major problem is not about creating a web 2 application. The major problem is the privacy and security and transparency in the LLM space. We tried to experiment on multiple chains, and only scalable and usable chain was ICP. So we started developing on ICP. So I have some previous experience in developing small hobby projects in ICP. So we started off with how the inference engine and how the WebAssembly can be used to inference, train, as well as execute the applications. So we were brainstorming and doing trial and errors on different things which can be done. And suddenly I thought like I just give a shout out on the ICP forum, and that simple post actually got got us a lot of interest from different part of the community. And we came to see like Lamasi, different other developers are also there in ICP who are actually doing very good work in like they are working to make this possible, like running an LLM inside the canister. So these kind of response actually like give us a catalyst to like we were like previously in the last maybe 5 months we were a bit slow, like we do a trial and error, then we will test it. Then after this post and response from the different other community members, like we accelerated our development. We thought like, yeah, let's do this as a full-time thing. And just our six member team is currently fully on this development of this project. So that is the timeline.
Okay, and has any dApp integrated Elna into it?
Yeah, so initially we are in talk with Sonic Dex. We started with a chatbot for Sonic, then integrating all that information and providing a chatbot. I think why it's LLMs are not just about creating chatbots. It's all about creating intelligence and making autonomous decisions. Which everything which can be done by humans can be done by this large language models. So we are currently working with Sonic in generating a complete autonomous algorithmic trading bot, which have this information. It will be connected to the Sonic exchange as well as external data information. And so this will autonomously work as an like your private trading agent, which could trade behalf of you and give you not just trade, we can give you insights and all these things. So this is an LLM agent which is working over the Sonic Dex. So that's in the experiment right now.
It's incredible. Can you teach an AI like all the trading books and all the data on trading and make it like the best trader in the world? Is that something that's possible?
Trading is a very complex thing, to be honest. Humans have been trying to predict the weather for like millennia. We have satellites and everything, but still we cannot precisely predict the situations and all. There are a lot of other factors, smaller things. So we can say about like we talk about butterfly effect. A small change can make a very dramatic change in the overall ecosystem and economics. So likewise, trading is also very complicated thing, but there are algorithms and steps which can help us to predict these dynamics. So intelligence are getting better. Now the chatbots have been changed. The way it has been changed after the invention of transformers and ChatGPT. The way I think that kind of a revolution will happen on trading also. We are really interested about the Sonic Perpetual product, and this can be we are trying to integrate and get maximum information to understand and give an insight. So hopefully we will get you a better trading assistant which can help you.
So as a trading assistant, he can tell you like, hey, here is what I think is going to happen. Like, don't listen to me. This is my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So cool. So cool. So how far away do you think we are from AI beginning to replace, people like, for example, maybe not doctors, but how far away are we from AI taking, the jobs of people?
When we start talking about AI, people start to talk about the AI singularity, artificial general intelligence. We have this test called Turing test. ChatGPT 5 is set to pass this Turing test.
The Turing test can only be passed by a sentient being, like by a human, right?
Sentient. Exactly.
Wow.
So they are like speculating that maybe ChatGPT 5 will be able to pass this Turing test after ChatGPT, which is dramatically changed the mindset of people. Like the type of developers, the amount of developers which are coming to this development and distributed knowledge, like people are working together. A lot of people are working together and they are coming with new and new solutions every single day. We can see like papers, research papers, algorithms, implementations, applications, everything is coming like very much dynamically coming, and it's been a very wonderful time at this point. And every day these LLMs are able to solve problems in multiple domains. The large language models were able to bring insights to research which were not previously even thought of. So we have given inputs like all the research papers, they were able to find multiple relationship between multiple papers and create a new theorem or come with new solutions to a problem.
For example, if we are going to leave Earth to go to Mars, we will do it with the help of AI.
Definitely. I think that AI will be a catalyst. We don't know how to be afraid of this because it will be an acceleration for us. Like riding the horse, we got a Ferrari right now, and we got motor cars right now.
Do you think it's going to be the same difference from the horse to the Ferrari, like from not having AI to like having a super strong AI?
There was AI actually, to be honest. The concept of AI and the paradigms were there maybe for the past 10, 15 years. Even the starting of computing, we have this concepts there. But after the transformer architecture and different architectures which we have at this point, we were able to scale it exponentially high. The way we can compute and make use of AI in different applications has been changed dramatically. This is like motorizing every applications. This is very similar to invention of steam engine, or this is very similar to invention of internet, before internet and after internet.
I think there is a graph of civilization, and like there is a huge bounce in the industrial revolution. Do you think like the next huge one is going to be now, like in our times, the AI?
Definitely. Bill Gates told about large language models. So in his lifetime, he has seen two revolutions. One is the graphical user interface. The graphical user interface made everyone to adapt to computers. Previously, we need to use terminals to interact with the human machine. Human machine interaction actually dramatically changed the way people started using computer engines. So you don't need to use the terminals. You can directly interact with the computers, generate their applications, expand your ideas, Excel sheet, everything that happened after the graphical user interface. And the second revolution he sees is large language models. After the internet, knowledge is available. The internet has democratized the knowledge about medical science, engineering, or rocket science, or quantum computing. Every knowledge is there on the internet. We cannot derive this information because we need a prior experience in this particular area. I cannot create a rocket just because I have this data with me, because it takes time. It takes time to understand this data. It takes time to have this prior experience and understand this concept. Now, what have changed is after large language models, these large language models are able to understand this data. These bridge the gap. So we don't have to spend years and try to understand this data. So that barrier has been changed. So anybody can, like, if you have the idea, if you want to write code, you need to understand the coding, obviously, but you can write code without even spending these months or years of understanding computer science, algorithm, data structures, programming syntax, or anything. You can start to write code with the help of ChatGPT. If you have an idea, you can give wings to idea without that time difference, or that entry barrier has been reduced. There is no entry barrier at this point.
It's incredible. I did not pay that much attention to AI because I use ChatGPT, but the level that I use it, it's superficial. What you're telling me, it's incredible. So AI is the hottest topic, and everybody should start learning it ASAP. Where do you recommend people start learning about AI?
Whenever we talk about AI as well, large language models, which are customizing these things, people thought like, oh, this is something which is related to computer science. It's nothing like I may be working in a very completely different field. Like I may be using a tractor, or I may be a farmer, I may be a content developer, or like whatever field you are, this AI can dramatically accelerate your understanding of data, because everything we need comes from the understanding and insight from multiple data. Large language models can be used by anybody and everyone and anybody for deriving these data and insights. ChatGPT have made a very simple chat based interface to interact with the large language models. Likewise, you can make use of not just ChatGPT. There are generative AI solutions for generation of image, generation of video, generation of audio. Everything is possible at this point. So the thing is that whatever, you don't need to be in the computer science, you don't need to learn about programming, you don't need to understand algorithms, so write train models. You can use these solutions to your applications. Like it is available right now. You need to be open and willing to accept this change, and there are no entry barriers at this point.
There is even AIs that help you with video editing. And I was reluctant to try them, but there is an AI for podcasts where it removes all the silences, it removes the repetitions, and it does it like that. So it would take me, for example, this podcast, it's going to probably take me like 2-3 hours like to cut everything. That AI does it like that with some mistakes, I assume, but in the future it will make it better than a video editor would be able to do it. Of course, you need to be a video editor in case you need to fix something, as you mentioned, as a computer engineer. You should know some coding, But yeah, it definitely cuts time and like a tenth of what it would take. Yeah, incredible. So you mentioned the trading assistant for Sonic. What other cool things are you working on with Elna right now?
So with Elna, lastly we had a call with Boom Davo. Yesterday we had a AMA with Boxy team, Slavin. All these like we thought like we can create a NPC player with help of large language models. Like rather than saying good morning, these NPC models could be more intelligent. So that's a very small application. And likewise, we plan to not to limit Elna just for chatting. Obviously, it can be used for customer support. It can be used for chatting, content generation. It can be used for any applications that requires generation of content. Without limiting to that, we plan to have this Elna as an AI LLM agents, large language model agents, which can be integrated to any solutions. So we are actively in discussion with many DApps in ICP and also other like which are outside ICP as well, integrating Elna to their solutions. So we will be providing an agent which can be trained to use their tools and which can be integrated to existing solutions. So basically, currently we are in talk with customer support, customer generation and automation, trading board, and similar applications.
That actually answers the next question that I wanted to ask you. Like, how are you planning to onboard more people to Elna? So you're basically reaching to the apps and you're getting them to start using Elna, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, you guys are doing an LBP round through Sonic. What should people know about that before investing?
We have a dual token economics, so we don't want to like cycles in ICP. We don't want like whenever the price goes up, people stop using the Elna, or whenever price goes down, like we don't want the price dynamics to affect the functional operations of Elna. So we have a dual token economics similar to ICP and cycles. So we have a secondary token called Elixir. This Elixir will be used inside the operations of content generation, maybe generation of text or creation of boards. Everything happens with the usage of cycles. We have this Elna main token, just like ICP. For LBP, we have 250k tokens available for the users, and we are giving a 20x rewards for everyone who are buying the token. So when you buy one token, you will be getting 20 tokens in return. The LPP one will be happening only for 24 hours, 12 p.m. UTC to 12 p.m. UTC tomorrow.
So I think by the time we publish this episode, it will be over already. Okay. So there's going to be two tokens. Elna, which is the main token, is going to be like the governance token, I assume?
Yeah, that's right.
And the other one, similar to Cycles, so it has a stable price and will be used to interact with the bots, right?
So it will be used to create the bots. It will be used for transactions. If you start to use the OpenAI API, you need for every word generation you need to pay with respect to tokens. So you're paying in USD. So similar to that, you will be paying in Elixir for customized models, pre-training, and everything. The all transactions within the Elna platform will be used by Elixir. And there are actually two LBPs are there. LBP 1 is there, that is today and tomorrow, and LBP 2 will be happening on 9th. So it will be there for 5 days till 13th. It will be there, and everybody will be getting a 5x reward. And not just with regard, everyone who is participating in LBP will be getting an Elixir token airdrop as well.
You guys have a great product. You have a revenue model, so people would need to pay to use the AI. And right now there is a 20x bonus for the LBP. Yeah, this is great. I love it. I love it, and I really like you. You definitely know your stuff. Yeah, looking forward to see what you guys are doing. So really, really, really great. I really like it. You open my eyes when it comes to AI, and I will stop ignoring it because you're completely right. If you don't use AI, you will be left behind.
AI will not replace you. It will act as a catalyst. With a small example, if you are a writer, it is not going to replace writers. When we start to write a content or anything, everybody has this writer's block or fatigue during the writing. So we can use this to overcome this writer's block or fatigue. We can't use large language models to completely write a story or something which will not be that much of a value without this core idea. This core idea comes from us. So these are just a catalyst or motorization.
I love it. I like it. I like it. How many people are working at Elna?
We are a 6-member team right now. We have a front-end developer, back-end developers. 2 back-end developers are there, and sales and marketing brand is there. And currently we started as a hobby, and now 3 of us are full-time. And after the LPP, all of us will be working full-time for this project.
Is there anything else you want to say to our viewers and to the ICP community in general?
I have been subscribed to Blockchain Pill for a long time to understand latest updates, and I see different projects, how the apps are coming into picture. And I would like to really thank you, Alex, for creating a very wonderful platform for ICP, because there are no other mainstream platform. I haven't seen any mainstream platform at this point in which talk purely about ICP and different changes in IDP. Really thankful for Alex and the community. And whenever your share and everything actually reached, all your community members have reached us, and the support which we are getting, that actually gave us this motivation to and the passion to go further. Because we were taking this as a hobby or a like passive project, but the response actually give us the motivation to take this as a full time and completely get into this. So really thankful to every community members in IC as well as your members. Yeah.
I appreciate the kind words, and I want you guys to keep going and do what you're doing. And I'll be looking around the community to see how you guys are doing. And I will whenever you guys do something like a big update or something, I will mention you guys in the videos. And if you want to come back in a couple of months after you've made some more progress, you are more than welcome. And I would love to have you guys on the show again.
Yeah, more than happy. We are in a transition stage, and my mind is also like we have some works, trial and errors going there and there. So right now, I'm maybe a bit distracted with all other thoughts. But maybe like after 1 month, we can have a much better podcast on the latest changes in IC and A, which we can do a better podcast maybe after 1 or 2 months.
This was great already, and thank you for being here, especially that in 1 hour the LBP is starting, and I know you have a lot of your head right now. It's been very good talking to you, Aaron. I love the project. I love what you guys are doing, and yeah, fingers crossed and good luck with the LBP round, and see you around here.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks a lot.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast with Aaron, the co-founders of Elna, and you learned more about AI. I know I did, and I will be integrating AI into my workflow. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like it and to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. My name is Alex, and I'll see you in the next video.